Hi, I'm going to do a quick tutorial to show you how you can get a burnt orange smoky eye look. So it's a little bit different than your everyday smoky eye look. This is great for fall and winter, with certain colors that you may be wearing. So I've done it on one eye. I've got a little bit of, smoky on the edge, but I've got a little bit of that orange color right there in the middle. So I'm going to show you how to do it on this eye. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I did go ahead on this eye and put a little bit of sexy, and I applied it wet with our rose water with a brush. I let that dry. So I've already done that just to save a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and take our deluxe brush, and I'm going to dump a little bit of our sexy eyeshadow. It's a really light color. I'm going to do this dry now. And I just take my brush and kind of go in there, and then I'm just going to go across the top here just to give it a little bit more color. All right, I like to do it dry first, wet first, just because it helps hold the color and make it a little bit more of a shimmer look. The next color I'm going to use is called Beautiful. It's a really light, and this is a great transition color for blending. So I'm going to go ahead and do this just above the brow bone. And that'll be great to transition in. So it's really, really light color. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use our Provoke. This is an orangish color. And I'm actually going to get it a little bit wet. And with my rose water, I just spritz it in here. And that just gives it a little bit more of a bolder look. And then I'm going to take a different brush. This is the kind of the one I use when I'm wet. It's the same brush, just this one's been wet. And I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to go over just a bit over half and start patting it in. And the reason I pat is so it doesn't sweep across. Let me get just a little bit more. I didn't get very much on my brush. And our mineral eyeshadows are awesome because a little bit goes a really, really long way. And I just kind of coat all of this and leave the corner pretty light with the sexy. And so there's what I look like when I just have the orange. Okay, so my next step is I'm going to go ahead and use our Risk, our really dark charcoal, and stuff just a little bit into the lid. And once again, I'm going to use my brush that was wet, kind of brush off a little bit of that orange, and just grab a little bit of the wet. Still, I didn't necessarily spray more rose water in there because the brush is still wet enough. And I'm just going to do a V on the outer corner. I'm going to start out light because you can always add it darker if you need to. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to take my dry brush and I'm just going to dip it into the charcoal just to give a little bit more of a feathery look. So I have a little bit of the dry. It's easier to blend when it's dry. So I'm just going to do that. So there's that. Now you're thinking, oh, it looks so much darker than the other side. Well, I'm going to go ahead and blend it all in together. And I use Curious for this because it's just a really, really light color, but it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm going to brush off my dry brush. And I'm going to dip it into the sexy, or no, I'm sorry, the Curious. So I get some on my brush. And dip some of that off. And then I'm going to start on the inside where it's the lightest. And go up towards the top. And then you just kind of blend it all in. So then you get a more natural look here. And these colors blend really, really nicely. So, and I like to highlight my corner quite a bit. And so there you have the colors. So what I like to do next is I use the white eyeliner on my bottom liner waterline just because it really brightens up your eye. You can probably tell that by just looking at the two different. And to make sure it goes on really, really smooth, I just take a hair dryer. It's a trick. You just get it wet or hot just for a few seconds. And then I just take this and I line my waterline. And look how smooth that goes on. Next, I'm going to line, I'm going to use our black. Our white is called Pristine. It's a great, great beauty trick. And you can use it on your lips as well to make an ombre look. So I'm going to take our black. I'm going to do the same thing, just heat it up. It takes just a few seconds to heat it up. And then I'm going to line the top part under my eyelashes because that's a great tight lining trick to get your lashes to look fuller. I love our liners because they are smudge proof and waterproof, so they will literally stick all day. If you forget to wash your face, they'll still be there in the morning. So there's my eyeliner. Oh, I think I want to go on the inner side just a little bit better. Okay. And then to finish off this look, of course, we have to use our 3D mascara. So I will quickly show you how to do that. It comes in 2 tubes, which I'm sure if you've been watching my videos, you know exactly how to do this. I'm going to apply the transplanting gel first. And it's just a thicker, creamier version of regular mascara. And you do a pretty good coat. I coat the fronts and the backs of my lashes. And if you go back and forth, to kind of make sure you get all the coats. And then get your bottom lashes. Then you bring the fibers. The trick of the fibers is to do it really lightly to avoid clumps. I go back and I do front. Look how much one coat has done. So I usually let that dry for a minute. And while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrow. As you can see, I've done this eyebrow, but I've not done this. So I take our brow brush and I just brush the hairs up on here and I make my line. Okay. Underneath. Okay, my next step is I'm going to brush them down. So you're just getting your outline of your brows. And then you can fill them in. Okay? So obviously I need to fill this one in just a little bit more to match. So then you fill it in and then you can kind of brush your eyebrows to make them go back to, you know, right there. Love our eyebrow brush. So that's just a little tip there. Next thing is I'm going to come back with the gel on my eyes. Get the fronts and the backs. And your second coat is like the wow factor of the eye, you know, the mascara. You can even use your hair dryer to help dry in between if you're in a rush. And sometimes when you use the hair dryer, it actually helps curl them as well. So go to the front and the back. Okay. So we're getting a little bit more of our look that we want to achieve. And I'm not going to waste time on that, but then I'll do one more coat of the gel and, you know, kind of brush them out with my eye comb and make them look absolutely perfect. I may add another coat, you know, we shall see. But I also wanted to show you another great lip gloss to go with this eyeshadow. And look, this is our lip gloss Livid. It's a very sheer bronzeous color. I really like it. It looks great, and it's a great fall and winter color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to message me on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere and let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to order from stunningmascara.com. Our shadows right now are 4 for $35, so you're getting them for like $8.75 each, which is an amazing deal because they are minerals, so a little bit goes a really, really long ways, and you will not have to replace your shadows for quite some time, especially the darker colors. So once again, stunningmascara.com. Thanks.